Hey guys, this is Evan from EzOrigami, and today I'll be teaching you how to fold an origami fortune flower designed by Dylan Jacobs. This is an excellent modular design, and it's very simple to fold. This model requires 8 square sheets of paper. Each unit is folded from 1 square, and I recommend using 3-inch squares to fold the units. Using 3-inch squares will result in a model about 4 inches wide. I'm going to be using larger paper with color on one side and white on the other just to make it a bit easier to follow along. And once you've prepared your paper, then we're going to start with our first square with the white side up. And we're going to start by folding in half vertically. So take this right edge and fold it over to the left edge. Align the corners and the edges. Then make your crease. And then unfold. Then we're going to rotate the paper 90 degrees, and we're going to do the same exact thing. So once again, we're going to fold over this right edge and align it with the left edge. Align the corners and the edges. Then make your crease, and then unfold. Then we're going to turn the paper over so that the colored side is now facing up. And now we're going to make a small diagonal crease here. So we're going to do that by pulling up this bottom right corner and aligning it with this top left corner. So just align both of the corners, just like this. And then we want to start our crease at this bottom left corner and work our way up until we reach this point here where these two creases intersect. So we're just going to make a small crease like this, halfway along this edge. And then you can unfold. Then we're going to rotate the paper 90 degrees, and we're going to do the same exact thing. So again, fold up this bottom right corner and align it with the top left corner. Then again, we only want to crease halfway up this edge. So start at the bottom left corner and work your way up until you reach that central crease intersection. Then you can unfold. Then we're going to turn the paper over, and then we're going to rotate 90 degrees so that the two creases we just made are now held on top. And from here we're going to align these two bottom corners with this central crease intersection. So let's start with this bottom right corner here, and we're simply going to pull it up like this until it aligns with that intersection. Then you can make your crease. And then we're going to do the same thing on the left. So again, just pull up the bottom left corner and align it with that central crease intersection. Then you can make your crease. And now we're going to fold the model in half along this existing vertical crease. So we're going to do that by pulling the right side of the model over to the left, just like this, until both the left and right edges are aligned. Then you can flatten everything out, and then we're going to rotate the paper 90 degrees. And now we're going to lift up the model. And with your left hand, you want to separate the two layers on the top of the model like this, and with your right hand, you want to grab the bottom right corner from both sides. So essentially what we want to do is push this bottom right corner up in between the two layers that we separated on top. So again, grab the bottom right corner from both sides, and we're just going to push it over to the left as far as it'll go. Just like this. And you'll see it reaches a point where it doesn't want to go any further, because it wants to recollapse along existing creases. So from here, we're just going to put the model back down, and you can flatten everything out along existing creases. And you'll see that you're left with a white and colored triangle. Then what we want to do is slightly rotate the model so that the long edge of the colored triangle is now held horizontally. And now we're going to fold down this top white triangle as far as it goes. So you just want to make sure you're grabbing only one triangle, leaving the other one behind. And you just want to pull it down as far as it goes so that the top corner of the white triangle aligns with the bottom corner of the model. Then you can make your crease all the way across. And then we're going to turn the model over and do the same exact thing. So again, just fold down this top white triangle as far as it goes until the top corner aligns with the bottom corner. Then you can make your crease all the way across. And from here we're going to lift up the model, and we're going to look at it from the top. Then what we want to do is slightly separate the two white triangles that we just folded down, just to make the model three-dimensional. And once you've done that, then this is one completed unit. Now you must fold 7 more. And once you've folded all 8 units, you're going to need 2 to start the assembly. Then, look at one, and you'll notice that it has a white flap like this on each side, and it also has a pocket inside of each flap like this. So once again, we're going to take our second unit, and what we want to do first is flatten out the bottom white flap on both units. So we're going to start with this first unit here, and you'll notice this mountain fold on this bottom white triangle. So we simply want to flatten that out so that the entire white triangle lies flat. Then you can put that unit back down, and we're going to do the same thing on the second unit. And again, you'll notice this mountain fold on the bottom flap here, and we just want to unfold that so that the entire white triangle on the bottom lies flat. Then from here we want to insert the second unit's flap inside of this pocket here on the first unit. So we're going to do that by lifting up both units, and we're going to bring them together like this. again making sure that the second unit's flap goes inside of the first unit's pocket. Then we're going to continue sliding both units together, just like this, until their colored edges are aligned. So just carefully push them together until everything is aligned. And once you've reached this point, then we want to reinforce the existing vertical mountain folds. So we're just going to fold both of the units behind like this. And now if you look at the model from the top, you can see that we've connected the first two units. And now we're going to add a third unit this same way. So what we need to do first is flatten out the two white flaps on the bottom of the second and third units. So let's start with the second unit here. Again, you'll notice this mountain fold, and what we need to do is unfold it so that the entire white triangle on the bottom lies flat. I find it easiest to just put both units flat on the table, and then we're going to do the same thing on the third unit. So just flatten out the mountain fold on the bottom white flap, then we're going to lift up all three units, and we're going to insert the third unit's flap inside of the pocket on the second unit. So we're just going to bring the second and third units together, just like this. Again, making sure that the third unit's flap goes inside of the second unit's pocket. Then you want to continue sliding both units together until their colored edges are aligned. And try to make sure that their vertical creases in the center align as well. And once you have this, then we're going to reinforce the existing vertical mountain folds by folding all three units behind like this. And if you open the model from the top, you can see that we've connected 3 units. And now we're going to add the remaining 5 units this same way. So just continue adding units until you've reached the last one. And once you've connected all 8 units, then you need to connect the first and last units together the same way. Except closing off the flower can be a little bit more difficult. So what I like to do is grab the first and last unit's flaps from the top, just like this. And what we need to do is insert the last unit's flap inside of the pocket on the first unit. So we're going to do that by carefully bringing both units together like this, again making sure that the last unit's flap goes inside of the first unit's pocket. Just like this. And you want to carefully bring both units together until their creases are aligned. So we're just going to close the last unit's flap inside of the first unit's pocket. And then from here it's pretty much the same. All we have to do is push both units together until they're completely aligned. So I think it helps to actually flatten out the entire model, put it down on the table, and then bring the units together just to make sure everything is completely aligned. Then if you look at the model from the top, we're going to slightly separate the layers, just like this. And you may need to adjust some of the petals, but once you've done that, then your origami fortune flower is complete. I hope you've enjoyed this video tutorial on how to fold an origami fortune flower designed by Dylan Jacobs. Feel free to upload photos of your completed model to the YouTube gallery on my website to be featured here in my next video, or simply upload your photos to Instagram with the hashtag EzOrigami to be featured here as well. Also, be sure to check out Dylan's Instagram and Flickr photo stream. He's a young and talented origami artist with some awesome designs, so definitely keep an eye on his work. I'll post the links in the video description below. And if you like this video, definitely check out some of the other low intermediate origami tutorials featured on my YouTube channel as well. Again, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and thank you for watching.